This is the story of Nico the squirrel. This is part 1. In the heart of a green, whispering forest stood an enormous oak tree, older than any animal that lived nearby. High in its sturdy branches lived a young squirrel named Nico. Nico was quick, clever, and full of energy. He spent his days leaping between trees, collecting acorns, and chattering happily with the other forest creatures. His mother had taught him all the important squirrel skills: how to climb silently, how to hide food for winter, and how to spot danger like hawks or sneaky foxes. A smart squirrel is a safe squirrel, she always said. As autumn arrived, the forest changed. Leaves turned gold, orange, and red. The air grew cooler, and all the animals began to prepare for winter, especially the squirrels. They gathered as many nuts as they could and stashed them in secret places. "The more food we hide now," said Nico's mom, "the warmer we'll stay through the winter." So Nico worked hard gathering nuts. He buried some under moss, tucked others in tree holes, and marked each spot in his mind like a living map. Then one day, Nico woke up early and raced to his biggest stash, a hollow under a fallen log. But when he got there, it was empty. No acorns, no chestnuts, nothing. Nico blinked. He sniffed the ground, scratched the dirt, searched nearby. Where did they go? Panic bubbled in his chest. That stash had taken him weeks to build. Without it, he might not have enough food to last the winter. Was it a raccoon? Another squirrel? Had he buried it in the wrong place? Whatever the reason, Nico had to start over. Feeling worried but determined, Nico scampered off to gather more food. Along the way, he met Lena the Bluebird, perched on a branch. "Check the grove by the river," she chirped. "I saw some trees dropping fresh acorns this morning." Toby the Toad, resting by a muddy rock. "Watch out for foxes down the hill," he croaked. "One chased me just yesterday." And Bruno the Bear Cub, who was half asleep under a tree. "Try the far side of the forest," Bruno yawned. "Nobody goes there. Too many brambles." Nico thanked each of them, storing their advice like treasure in his mind. That afternoon, clouds rolled in. The sky darkened. A cold wind blew through the trees. Before Nico could reach the river grove, rain began to pour. Wind shook the branches. Leaves flew in the air like paper. Nico clung to the bark, soaked and shaking. He spotted a hollow in a tree and dove inside just in time. Sat there wet and cold, thinking about everything he'd lost. But then he remembered what his mother once said: "When plans go wrong, pause, breathe, think. You're small, but you're smart." So that's what he did. By the time the storm passed by morning, Nico climbed out of the hollow, tired but ready. He remembered what Lena said and made his way to the river grove. And just like she said, there were acorns, dozens of them. But then, behind a bush, he heard a small sound, sniffling. It was a baby squirrel, younger than Nico, with big eyes and a tiny voice. "I can't find any food," he squeaked. "I'm hungry." Nico looked down at the biggest acorn he had just picked up. "His last one?" He paused. Then he pushed it toward the little squirrel and said, "You need this more than I do." The baby's eyes lit up with joy. At that moment, Lena swooped in. More acorns fell near the hill. She chirped. "Right behind that bush, by the way," she added, winking at Nico. Nico smiled. "Looks like I'll be okay after all." By the time winter came, Nico had rebuilt his stash, not as big as before, but enough. He had learned new paths through the forest, found new hiding places, and made new friends. And every time he looked at a single acorn, he remembered: sometimes being brave means sharing what little you have. The end. Hey there, Storybots fans. It's me. Do you ever have to share your toys with others? Do you sometimes feel like it's not fair? Well, sometimes sharing can make you feel better and others feel happy too, just like Nico. Okay, let's get started. First, take your hamster and place it in the middle of the maze. Now you're going to roll the die. If you get a 1 or a 2, you don't move. If you get a 3 or a 4, you move forward 1 space. And if you get a 5 or a 6, you move forward 2 spaces. Roll the die again. Oh, a 4. Move 1 space. This path is so boring. Hey, do you see that carrot? Yum, roll again, and it's a double. Woohoo! Ooh, move to spaces. I smell pizza. Roll again. Ooh, a 1. Go fish. Roll again, and it's another one. Go fish. Oh man. Nico was very lucky to have friends like Lena, Toby, and Bruno. Friends can help us when we're feeling blue. They're there to lend a hand or just listen to us. And maybe you can help them too. Ask your grown-up for ideas on how you can help your friends. Sometimes when we're trying to solve a problem, we have to stop and think before we act. Take a deep breath. Close your eyes. Think of a time you've solved a problem. Share your thoughts with your grown-up. When Nico lost all his food, he took a moment to calm down before asking for help. This is called being a problem solver. Problem solvers take time to think before they do something. They know that rushing won't help. It's just like Nico, you can be a good problem solver too. Next time you face a problem, remember these 3 steps. First, stop and think. Don't rush to solve the problem. Take a moment to calm down and relax. Next, figure out the problem. What's making you feel blue? Last, look around. Is there anyone who can help you? And don't forget, you're small, but you're smart. All right, you made it. Let's celebrate. Sing it with me. We explored the forest. We found some friends. We helped each other out till the very end. When things seemed tough, we kept on trying. When we shared our feelings, solutions came flying. We learned how to be a good friend. We learned how to solve problems till the very end. If you enjoyed this adventure, go on a mission to be kind to someone else. Ask your grown-up for ideas. Then record your adventure on the back of this sheet and share it with your class or family. Wow, you did it. I'm so proud of you for completing the mission. Remember, you're small, but you're smart. And don't forget to keep on believing.